Good morning, Local District Central. Welcome to our training. This is a webinar training, so you're only able to see us. You won't be able to see each other. To ask if you have questions throughout the meeting, please put it in the chat or in the Q&A. We will be doing it more of an interactive meeting, so as we're going along, please make sure that you put your question so that we could address whatever issue you might be having. Let me go over the norms real quick. Next slide. Okay, so technology training norms. Close other applications that use bandwidth. This is a training, not a meeting. Post your questions related to the presentation in the Q&A box in the center of the screen. Be mindful of professional etiquette in online spaces. Listen actively. Let me introduce people that are going to be providing this training. This is Bibiana Ledesma, Principal, Meridian Early Education Center. Next is Gohar Guillen, Principal, Glenfiles. And we have Edwin Silva, Attendant at Glassell Park Early Education Center. I would like to introduce our Director for Local District Central, Obiama Uche. So Obiama, would you like to say a few words?
Good morning and welcome to our first professional development for this school year. I really am looking out there and I see 138 participants so far, and we are just beginning. This is wonderful. This is great. And I just really want to thank you all for taking time off to make sure that you're enhancing your learning and also getting all that knowledge that you are going to impact and pass on to the students in your classroom. So I'm going to go over some of our goals for today's training. Our main goal is to make sure that we're providing you support for distance learning. We've started on this journey in March and we haven't really had a formal training for you from us as a team, and that's what we're doing today. And we're providing you tools and skills that you can apply to your work once you get off this webinar. So this is not something you're going to take your notes and you put it under a bushel somewhere, under a closet somewhere where you would not see it again. But this is hands-on. Once you get off this webinar, you can just step right into your workspace and begin to practice. So we're going to learn more about the new lesson plan formats that you're going to be attending a professional development for at some time this week if you haven't attended that professional development already. And this would help enhance your knowledge and how to apply what you have learned. And also be able to create and attach more learning to the lesson plan in order to enhance and meet your children where they are developmentally. And for our aides and our office managers, you are our frontline people. This will be an opportunity for you to know what is this that they keep talking about distance learning. So when the parents come to you and they ask you, so what are the teachers doing? You would have an answer by the time this professional development is over. And as well as we're also going to, recently the teachers received the Chromebook. So we're going to have Mr. Reyes and Mr. Edwin go over the features of the Chromebook to enhance what you do with your distance learning. And Ms. Ledesma would go over Zoom. What are the protocols for Zoom? What are the things that you need to know in order to make sure that you're fully engaging all of your students and families utilizing the different features of Zoom? And Ms. Gigayan would go over the famous Class Dojo. How do we support our parents utilizing this tool? What is it all about? How can we use this to make sure that we're engaging our families and we're engaging all of the members that support our children? So without wasting too much time and spending the whole time talking, I'm gonna just hand this on over to Mr. Edwin and Mr. Reyes to share important information with you. And I hope you have your Chromebook with you because you will need it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Uche. So our objectives, right there. Participants will review the learning platform and features of Chromebook, learn how to create, log on, and schedule Zoom meetings, class dojo features, and list of online resources. Next. Okay, so right now I'm going to hand it over to my awesome attendant. He is going to be showing you how the features of Chromebook. And again, we'll be monitoring the chat and the Q&A questions so that we could assist you better. So go ahead, Mr. Silva.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Edwin, and today I will be going over the features that many of our Chromebooks have. And we're going to start off simple by simply learning how to log on to your Chromebook, because this is actually a difficult task. I actually had a little trouble myself. So I'm going to play a short 2-minute video.
Hi, today I'm going to be teaching you how to log into your LAUSD Chromebook. If you've never logged into a Chromebook before, this might be a little different than what you're used to. You can't just open it up and get started. You need to log in first. So when you open up the Chromebook, you're going to go ahead and press the power button that's located on the upper right-hand corner. You're just going to tap it and the Chromebook should turn on. If it doesn't, you may want to check and make sure that your battery is charged. Next, the login screen should appear. There may be another user's name on there. If there is, don't worry about it. You may need to press the sign out button if they are still logged in, and it's located on the bottom left-hand corner. So go ahead and press that. Then you're going to go ahead and click on the add person icon located in the lower left-hand corner. You will now get to this screen, which is going to ask you to sign into your Chromebook. So what you need to do is you need to enter your mymail.lausd.net email. Then you're going to click next. You're going to enter your password. And then you're going to click next again. It should take you to the LAUSD homepage or open up some kind of website on your device. And that's it. You're ready to start exploring.
Okay, so as you guys can tell, it is really simple to log in. As long as you're using your single sign-on that the district provides you with, you can access your Chromebook, and make sure when you're logging on, you have a good connection with whatever you're using, which is like a Wi-Fi or an Ethernet cable. Next step that we will teach you is how to install Zoom. So I'm gonna head over to my Chromebook and I'm gonna show you guys the process beforehand right here. So let me share this screen. Okay. Okay, so we are currently on my Chromebook. So we're gonna open up a new tab. And whenever you are using Zoom on your Chromebook device or any other device, we wanna make sure that we're all using the LAUSD Zoom link. So that would be lausd.zoom.us. Now that we're on the Zoom link, we will scroll down to the bottom and make sure we click the button that says download client. It is located in the lower portion of the screen. And once we click download client, there should be a screen and a big blue button should appear saying download. So we're gonna click download. This will take you to the Chrome Web Store. And on the Chrome Web Store, I already have it installed, so it says launch app. But for you, it would say add to Chrome. So we're going to click that link next, and it will allow you to add this application to your Google Chromebook, and you could access this app whenever you'd like to. Okay, then take that out. Now, I'm gonna give everybody a quick minute that you need to install that, or if you already have it installed. Pause for a second. Okay. So, and if there's any questions as well, we will answer them in the chat. Okay.
So one of the questions is, I don't have a Chromebook yet. Can I use another LUSD computer? The answer is yes. You could use any LUSD computer. The only thing with the Chromebook is that once you use the Chromebook, all the district applications will install automatically, and with the same single sign-on, you will have access to all the other accounts, whether it's Google, Zoom, or anything that's LUSD related.
So we're gonna go on to the next subject, and the next subject will be Google Docs. Okay, so now we are on the Google Docs link, and if you are not on this page, there is a quick way to access all of these applications. So simply you will go down to the lower portion of your Chromebook, and a circle button which says launcher should appear. And you're going to click that button, and you're going to click this little arrow to bring all the applications up. And as you can see, there is an array of different tools that you can access: Google Chrome, Play Store, your files, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Slides, etc. So the first one that we're going to be touching on is Google Docs. So to make sure you're on the right website, it should be docs.google.com. And as you can see right now, I currently have no documents available. So the easiest way to start a new document is by going to the top left side where it says blank, and you're just gonna click that button. Now that we have a new document in place, this is a wonderful place for you to make new lessons plans. If you want to write a script, if you want to take notes, let's say when we have a training, I could simply start taking my notes on this application. And one of the wonderful features from Google Docs is the ability to share files and share links to documents to work together with other partners. So right now, I currently have it as private. So if you go to the top right portion of Google Docs and you click the share button, we can name this document, and I'll simply name this document as a test document. We'll save this button. And now it gives me the ability to share this with other collaborators. So I will add the first option, which is Mr. Reyes, and I will click this one. And I could write a message and let him know that I need his help. So, hello, may you my doc. And now I could send this link to Mr. Reyes. And he could assist me in whatever we are planning. So let's see if Mr. Reyes got my link. Just give him a moment. And there he is. So anybody working on your document would appear on the top right-hand side. And their initials usually appear if they have a profile picture. The profile picture will appear as well. And now we could work together. We could plan. There is also an ability to open comments. So if I click this little black button to the right of the document, I could add a comment and I could let him know if he needs to change something, if he needs to add on. And it's always a good way to give feedback if you're working with other people.
Edwin, I'm sorry to stop you,
Mhm.
but can you repeat again what platform you're using?
The Google Docs.
Okay.
Yeah, and Google Docs is accessed where I showed you in the launcher. So you click the launcher on your Google Chrome and you scroll up and it would be the blue icon where it simply says Docs. And if you are not on your Chromebook, if let's say, for example, you're on your computer at work or a personal computer, you can always access the same website as long as you type in docs.google.com, and you would just simply sign in using your single sign-on as well. And another features that this has is you can also change the text. So if you want to make a title, I could increase the size. I could add different styles. So I could go to fonts and I could even add more fonts from the internet if I feel I need to find something more kid friendly with crayons or markers and something that they would like to see, or nice script writing. So that would be like that. I missed out on the H on there, but. And do you have any questions on what we could do with Google Chromes or?
Edwin, can you go back again and start over on how to log on to Google Docs?
Google Docs, yes.
Yes, show the icon at the bottom again to show them how to get on using the Chromebook.
Yes, so when you when you're on your Chromebook, towards the lower left side of your Chromebook, this little circle, it looks like a little home button. And it should say launcher when you hover over it.
Screen again, Edwin.
What was that?
Share the screen again. We only see the. They want you to start from the beginning.
Oh,
again.
from beginning?
Yes.
So this is the opening desktop. And if you scroll all the way down to the lower left, could you guys see it or is it cutting off?
I see it.
You see it? Yeah, because it kind of looks cut off on my computer a little bit, but it's right here and it says launcher. So we would just click on the launcher button and a little tab should pop up. And this little arrow that's pointing up, we just click on the arrow. And now we have all the applications that are pre-installed on the Chromebook. And towards the top right, this blue one that says Docs, that will be our Google Docs link.
Edwin, sorry to stop you again, but there are teachers who also have their regular laptops and not Chromebooks. Can you show them how to access Google Docs using their regular laptops as well?
Yes. So on any web browser, for example, right now, we currently have Google Chrome open. So we would open up Google Chrome and this is how Google should look. So on the top portion, we're gonna simply type in docs.google.com. And once we type in docs.google.com, we will enter and it takes me to this page. And if you want to access the main page, there you go. Okay. It was taking a little bit, but so we're on the main page again. And there's also pre-made templates that we could explore on Google Docs. So if you want to make a report, if you want to explore. For education, they have a playful one right here that we could open up.
Edwin, let me step in for a little bit. So the reason that he was able to go back to his test page is because he's already signed in. So when you do use a different computer, you will have to just sign in to your Google account. That the reason we're using the Chrome is because you are automatically signed in.
Yes. So while working on Google Chrome and the Chromebook, everything is linked together automatically as soon as you sign in from the Chromebook. So your Google Docs, your Google Slides, everything is linked together, and you don't have to physically sign in when you're going onto it. But if you're working on another computer, then you will have to manually sign in. For example, let me see. Let me share on my other screen. There we go. Okay. So can everybody see this?
We can see it. And just to clarify, when you're signing in, you're using your single sign-on, not your regular private email address if you're going to work with anything that has to do with the district.
Yes. So right here, we will go on to Google Docs as well. So we'll write the same thing. So docs.google.com. Now this will take me, because I'm using my personal computer, so it's giving me that option right now. Let me see. Okay. So now we are on Google Docs. This is how it would look like if we're on a personal computer. So we would put Google Docs, go to Google Docs, and this is my personal account. But on the top right option, it gives you an option to add another account, to log into other accounts. And as you can tell, I have my LAUSD single sign-on account installed as well. And this account is automatically created as soon as you log into your Google Chromebook. So now that I have access to my LAUSD account on my Google, I could click onto it and it will log me in as if I was on my Chromebook. And now I have the same documents as I do on the Chromebook.
Edwin, thank you so much for showing us how to log in. Now that we have the documents ready, can you show us how to input a lesson plan?
Yes, so let's go on to this document again. And from here, me and Mr. Reyes can work together. So we could start off and say week 1. And this lesson plan would be the beginning of the school year. Now we could actually focus and work together. So I could talk to Mr. Reyes and I could work with him and say, what do you want to work on the first day of school? So on the first day, we can type in day 1 and we could list activities that we want to plan out for this day. So we want to do an introduction. We can write introduction, and this green arrow is showing all the stuff I'm doing as well on my other Chromebook because I'm logged in. So let me sign out. There you go. And then also Mr. Reyes can actually put his own input as well. So if Mr. Reyes would add on to day 1.
Mr. Edwin, can you show the lesson plan that was sent out? Do you remember that lesson plan that we were talking about? Can you show us how to add that lesson plan?
Yes, I'm just waiting on Mr. Reyes to forward me that link right now, because I actually don't have the link on me right now.
Okay, thank you. So we're gonna wait for that so we know how to get the lesson plan onto Google Docs and be able to share it with our assistants or with our co-teachers. Okay, while we wait for Mr. Reyes to send that, I just want to answer a couple of questions. One of the things that was asked is if special education teachers would get Chromebooks. The answer is the special education teachers have been issued laptops. And do teacher aides get Chromebooks too? Some of the aides received the older Chromebooks returned by the teachers, and we will provide you with more information soon. Mr. Edwin, are you okay?
Yeah, he's just waiting for the email. 1 second.
If you have any other questions, you're welcome to ask, and I will do my best to answer them for you in the chat or in the Q&A. Edwin, can you do me a favor? Can you share your screen again and show the blank document on Google Docs?
This is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to practice what they've learned so far. So this is a natural break in between where we could start looking at some of the skills that have been shared with us and practice and see how we can apply those skills.
Okay, so we are back on the screen.
So right now, Edwin's going to be showing you how to log into the Google Docs so that you're able to access the new creative curriculum. We're also currently having a training on the creative curriculum. It's this week. I know some of you missed today's session because you're here, but there are other sessions in the afternoon and also tomorrow and the rest of the week.
Okay, so right here, we let me see, let me share again. Okay, so we are on the beginning of the year preparation and planning document. And now that we have access, everybody on top of the screen as well is currently viewing this. And we can share with other coworkers what we need to familiarize ourselves with. We can know what to prepare on. And we can also create graphs and share this document with others. So for example, right here, we are currently on week 1, day 1, and we are showing the focus question of what names do we need to know at school. And we have a time chart showing what needs to be done at what time. So these duties need to be done from 8 to 9. And under that is what needs to be focused on. And We can also add links. So for example, this blue link on the chart, we can click on it and it will send you to another document that we can play and go on. Why is it? There you go. And this will take you to a completely different slide where we can play a song.
Hello.
And we can also share this screen with our parents or with our students and with our coworkers. And we can also plan out ahead of time, so we could add an extra day and review that day plan as well. And let's see. I'm gonna go on to the presentation again.
Edwin, can you hold on for a second? I want to answer some questions.
Yes.
One of the questions was if are these ready documents for the creative curriculum? When you go to the creative curriculum training, these are documents that are already created for you and you can use the template for your future studies. Another question was, Mr. Reyes, you mentioned that creative curriculum training this week. Will it be the same training for every season, or is it different topics for every season? It is one training, correct? It's one training and you just have to pick whichever one that you want to go to. And it's the same,
The same training.
it's the same training. Mm-hmm.
Can Mr. Edwin add, how do you add materials to that lesson plan if you wanted to make changes to it? Or you wanted to add a different activity or new activities or something?
Okay, so if we want to add a new activity, let's say we want to go on, okay, we're back onto the screen. And instead of doing independent work time, you would simply click on the blue line right here and delete this. So let me double click. It's actually, or actually I don't have access to edit this one right now.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you this one, because we're using it from the actual training. You need to get access to it. So we won't be able to add on or delete anything because this is the actual lesson plan that is being used at the training itself. For that, we would need permission. But once you do get access to it, you will be able to copy it and then be able to modify it.
And it's really very essential that you really know how to upload information, because not all of the studies will be done for you. So you would have to be able to create your own study eventually, which is why it's crucial that you're paying attention to how to utilize the Google Doc, because you will need to add and create links to different activities that you will share with your school team.
Okay. So right now on the example document is like I just put insert, and on insert we could add images, we could add tables and different drawings. Right now, currently what I inserted onto the document is a table chart. So on this table chart, we could add as many columns and rows as we would like. So for the demonstration purposes, I will just do a simple 4x4, or well, it was this one that I currently made. And here we can organize and we can edit this chart. So we could say day 1, and then go on to the next column and then put day 2. And we're just gonna use this as like a sample document because we can't edit the other one. But now under here, I can make from 9 a.m. I would want to do group time. And then let's say I created this lesson plan and I want to edit this same lesson plan for next week's lesson. And I don't want to do group time on the first day at 9 a.m. anymore. I would go onto the same document and I would just simply delete group time. And now I could say question of the day. So now next week on day 1, I would be able to have this planned out and say I want to do question of the day on 9 a.m. And we could interchange all these documents, and Reyes can also go on and edit this as well. And
Mr. Edwin, can you show them how to put like a video, like
Video?
just a link into one of the columns?
oh, into one of the columns. Okay, let me undo
Go
that.
back. Mr. Edwin, show them how you went back when you made a mistake. That's an important step because sometimes we make mistakes and accidentally delete what we've written. How did you go back and bring the table?
So whenever you make a mistake, I'm gonna just delete all of this. So whenever you make a mistake, you could simply go to the top left-hand side, and there's little singles like symbols right here that you could click on. And we're gonna go on to the one that says undo. It's gonna be a little backwards arrow. And once we click, it brings it back onto the screen whatever we erased. And let's say I want to keep this same image or the same columns erased. I could actually redo what I just did by clicking the arrow clicking forward. And by clicking redo, it would just simply redelete whatever I deleted. And this is actually very beneficial in case you're working and you make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes I'm working on something and I don't want to add anything anymore, and I just undo that same error that I made. And then going on to Mr. Reyes's information. So he wants to learn how to add a link, or a video. So by clicking insert, this is going to be one of the main tools that you're going to be using whenever you're making or creating something, because we could add images, we could add tables, we could add drawings. There's many different links as well that you could add onto it by going to where it says link. And link, let's say, okay, we want to add a video for the kids. So we would go on to, let's say, ABC's song YouTube. So this YouTube video that I want to share with our students, I would copy the link from the top of the web page by clicking with 2 buttons on your Chromebook or your laptop. And these little additional features should pop out, and we will click copy. Now that we copied the link for this YouTube page, we will go back to our document and we will click insert. And we're going to scroll all the way down to the link button that I showed you. And we will click the 2 buttons again and put paste. And once we confirm this is the correct video that we want to add, we'll click the big blue apply button, and this link is now inserted into our document. And when we want to present this video to the student, we will just simply click on the blue button and the YouTube link will open up, and we are back onto our YouTube video.
Edwin, can you please show us how to insert videos again one more time?
Okay. So we're going to go on to the next column and this empty one. We're going to click and we're going to scroll to the top left area of the document where you see the button insert is at. And we will click insert and scroll down this tab to link.
A little slower, sorry.
Okay. So we're gonna choose the button that we want to click. So this one. And once you see this little fading image right here. That's the column that we have selected. And we will scroll slowly to the top left of the screen. And where it says insert, we will click. So we're gonna click that. And for those who are following along, now that we are in the insert tab of the document, we will scroll slowly down to link. So once we are at link, we will click. And now where it says paste a link or search, we will paste the same link that we copied from the video before. And we just want to make sure, so we could double check if this is the correct link. And once we are done,
They're asking, where did you get the link?
link,
Can you just show them again the YouTube part?
yes. So YouTube. So on our Chromebooks, we will always have the Google Chrome software to search up and find different videos or information and research from the websites. So if we want to search up a music for kids, so let's say we want to search up classical music. I'm gonna go on Google. We could either click on this white button or on the top, and we will search up classical music YouTube. Now that we have classical music YouTube in the Google search button, we'll click enter. And we have many different classical music links. So I'll give a second to those following along. Okay. So I will select the one that says Chopin, relaxing classical music. So I will click this video. And there's two ways to save the link. The first one, which I usually do, is by going to the top of the web page, and where it says youtube.com/watch, this will be your link. So you would select all of this text and make sure it's highlighted in blue. And with 2 fingers on the trackpad, which would be where you're scrolling around on your Chromebook, you would click with 2 fingers. And after clicking with 2 fingers, we should have all these options available. So we'll slowly navigate down to the option that says copy. Once we hit copy, this same link is now saved onto your computer. And after navigating back to the,
Sorry, Edwin. Finish and I will ask, I have another question.
okay. And after we have this link copied down, we would simply go back to insert and slowly scroll down to link. Now that we're at link again, we're gonna click link, and we're gonna click with 2 fingers again, and we're gonna put paste. After confirming that this is the right video link, we're gonna click the blue button, apply. And our YouTube video should be inserted. So it's double check, and we click on this blue link, and it would send us to the video.
Edwin, one of the questions was, how would you upload one of your own videos, like from your own files?
Our own videos? Okay. So by going back to our insert button, which is going to be our most used button, we got to make sure we familiar ourselves with the insert button, because by clicking insert, we're given the option to upload images from our computer. We're also able to put tables and drawings. So by selecting image, we can upload from computer. And by uploading from computer, we are able to see our own personal documents. So I have my YouTube videos here, and I will be able to put one of these videos into the, or no, actually it's not letting me. Hold up, let me see. Okay, so this is actually gonna have to be a different application inserted with our Google Chrome. So let me go on to another main thing we are using. So by searching up Google Drive, or not tutorial, Google Drive, we will be given the link www.google.com/drive. And by clicking this link, we are now onto our Google Drive website link. And we will go to our drive. Let me just go back to our LAUSD account. Okay.
We can show the on the LAUSD account.
Yes.
It's within our LAUSD email. It says OneDrive.
Actually, the OneDrive is separated from the Google Drive.
Yes.
So but when working with Google together, it would be through Google Drive. And from here, let's say I want to upload a video. So by clicking on the left-hand top side, there is an option that says new. So if you're following around, I'll give you a second to reach the same option as well. Okay. So by clicking new, we are able to upload files and upload folders, or even Google documents that we have. So by clicking file upload, we'll be able to upload personal or video files that we have located on our computer. So I'm gonna click file upload. And now I will go on to YouTube videos, because these are the only videos I have on my computer right now at the moment. And I will insert, let me see. Oh, let's see. I will insert this video. So by clicking open, which is the blue button, this file will now be uploaded into my Google Drive. And this might take a second based on internet speed, but we always will get a confirmation of the video uploading in the lower right-hand side of our screen. So now that we have a confirmation that our video is uploaded, we can access it on our Google Drive And this same file can be accessed through Google Docs. So now we're going to head over to Google Docs. And we are going to go back to our file. So let me insert a chart again. Okay. And now that we are back on the chart, we will scroll up to insert. After clicking insert, we will go to image. And we're going to scroll down to Drive. Drive is just short for Google Drive, and it is the same application that is accessed within your account. Now that we click Drive, we have different files that we have located on our Google Drive. It shows you your recent files. It also will show you files that you just uploaded. So by clicking the name button, it will also give you the access of seeing which ones were last modified, which ones were last opened or last modified by yourself. And any of these files can be uploaded onto the link. So I will just click this screenshot and let's see, and click on the lower bottoms where it says insert. And this might take a while as well because it is all through the internet. So we want to make sure that we have a stable connection. And this is actually taking a little while for myself because I'm running Zoom as well. So it's actually not uploading.
Is it a large file?
How
many minutes is it?
The video itself, it is, I believe. That's why I'm trying to upload the screenshot.
Yeah.
But I still believe this is probably going to take a little bit because I'm running Zoom and I'm also recording this whole presentation, so it's going to take a little bit.
Okay. So okay. But we know how to add links now.
Yes.
Everyone okay with that? We're going to give a few minutes to see if everyone is okay with that, and then we can do okay, so someone from Wadsworth ECE said no. So can you just quickly go over the steps again?
Okay.
Just very quickly, so then we can move on.
So in this chart that we have located on our document, we will click any of these rows or columns that we want to insert a video into. So wherever you see this little black line fading away and in is where you will be typing or inserting a link that you would like to upload. So by hovering to the top left of your document, there should be a button labeled Insert. Insert will be your primary form of inserting any videos, photos, whatever you want to put on this document. It will be accessed through Insert. After clicking Insert, we will scroll down to Link. After clicking Link, this gives us the ability to paste a link that we have copied from the web. So we will go ahead and click Paste. And now our YouTube video is linked onto this application, and we will put apply. So we're confirming, and now our YouTube video is linked onto our Google Docs document.
That's great. Now, can you show us how to do the time cards online?
Time cards. Let's see.
Well, Mr. Edwin, before you leave, what do you do with the document if they want to save it? Does it save by itself? Can you explain just that before we leave that part?
Yes. So if you notice on the top left-hand side, there's a little cloud with a check. So this little cloud and check is where you're able to see if all of your changes are saved. So right now it currently says all changes saved to the drive, which means that as long as we have a secure internet connection, these changes will automatically be saved and there's no need to worry. I could close this button and I could go back to my Google Docs. And if we go back to the same document that we previously had opened, but we closed, all changes are made and they're saved. We don't have to worry about anything. So this is actually really good in case you're working and your light goes out and you didn't have a chance to save your document, because I know that happens to some of us. And this is a perfect way to make sure everything is reliable. We have everything secure and none of your hard work just goes to waste, because I know I've had that time where I was working on a final and I was writing my paper and boom, my computer just died on me and I lost my whole essay. So this is actually a really reliable source, and you can also see previous edits of your document. So if we want to go back to an older version, we can always click that older version and click restore. So I'll show that again. Just okay. So in gray, there is a button that says last edit was made 2 minutes ago, which was this edit. So by clicking last edit, a little tab will come out towards the right hand of the screen. And this shows version history. So right now, we are opening the current version, and this will be highlighted in blue. This is the up-to-date version that we had recently edited. But if I scroll down at August 11th at 10:15, which was a couple minutes or 40 minutes ago, I can click this version. And now this version will be highlighted in blue. So once we confirm that this version is highlighted in blue, we can scroll to the left top side of the screen, and a big blue button saying restore this version would appear. And by clicking restore this version, it will give you a warning that your current document will revert to this version. And we will click restore, and it's back to how it was at 10:15, a blank document.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now they want to know how to access the ones that are using the OneDrive on the email to be able to sign into your time cards. Can you show them that one?
The time cards, yes. So OneDrive. Okay, let me close some of these up. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we will go on to our LAUSD email. I actually have a link pre-made to set me up right to our email. So I will teach you guys how to do that right now. So by clicking a new tab, I usually just type in LAUSD email because I can't remember the the website link by memory, and I know a lot of us won't remember that as well because it's a long link. So by typing out LAUSD email, a link by achieve.LAUSD will appear, and it will say LAUSD Office 360 login. And I'll give a moment for those following as long as well, so they could reach this page if they want to access it right now. And now by clicking this link, there we go, you'll be on the LAUSD webpage, and a big red button will appear saying log on to Office 360. So we will click log into Office 360. And actually, let me sign out. So I can show you the sign-in process. Okay. So if you're reoccurring and using the same account, your single sign-on will appear already on pick an account. But if we are going to use another account, we will select use another account, and it will have you type in your single sign-on all over again. So now I have mine signed in. I will click next. Now it would also have you enter your password. And after entering your email and your password, you will click sign on, and you're back to your email. Now by accessing the top left-hand side of your email, you should see a little logo with like 9 little circles. And by putting your key or your trackpad over it, it should say App Launcher. After selecting App Launcher, we have Microsoft OneDrive, we have Outlook, Word, different Microsoft elements that we will be able to use. So I'm gonna give a second for those catching up. Now by clicking OneDrive, this will take me to our Microsoft OneDrive folder. And we have documents that we have saved as well as time cards. So I will go on to my shared because this file was actually shared to me by Mr. Reyes himself. So I will click shared. And the first option right here is my name, and this is my time card that Mr. Reyes has shared with me himself. So by clicking this file link on my shared file in my OneDrive, I will be able to open up and access my employee time card. And if you guys can notice these yellow notifications, a lot of the a lot of the resources that you want to use in Excel won't be accessible through the internet version of Microsoft Excel. So to get around and avoid using avoid using the web version of this, you will slide up and a button should say open in desktop app. And by clicking open in desktop app, this will take you to the actual desktop application of Microsoft Excel where you don't get these same notifications. So I will click open in desktop app right now. And it will prompt you to say, are you sure? And you would just click open Microsoft Excel. And let me see, it's taking a while to open. Okay. Now we are on our current up-to-date time card, and I have today that I came in at 7, and I will be taking my lunch at 11:30 today, and I will be ending it at 12, and at 3:30 I will be signing out. And by clicking any of these little buttons 2 times, that same little black icon that I told you guys about that fades in and out should appear. And for tomorrow, when I come into work, I would come in and I would type in a 7 when I get here. And then by clicking the next little square, I could put in my lunchtime. So let's say I don't take my lunch at 11:30. I could always say, oh, I came in and I took my lunch at 12. So I could put in 12. And so on and so forth. And another feature that we do have to use is the employee signature. So by clicking this big white box where it says employee signature, we will click and we will go to the top left-hand side of Microsoft Excel where it says insert. And there's a lot of different little options that you could choose, but the one that we're going to be focusing on is the option that says shapes. Now by clicking shapes, we have different little icons for different shapes and sizes that we want to make. But the one that we want to focus on is the option that says scribble, which is this little squiggly line. Now that we have scribble, we will select scribble. And this gives us an option of drawing and writing a signature wherever we feel we need to. And we would sign our employee signature, and if we make a mistake, we would select this signature, and by clicking 2 times, or actually, yeah, oh, let me see, let me show you guys. So by clicking 2 times, we would just simply put cut, or cut, and it'll take it out. And now we could show everybody again one more time. We're gonna go to the left top hand side and click insert once again. And I told everybody that insert is always gonna be an essential item that we're gonna use everywhere, because it is where you have access to use and apply different options onto your document or into your presentations. And we're gonna go over to shapes, which should have like a square and a circle. And where it says lines, we're gonna head over to the little squiggly line towards the end. And it should say scribble when you hover over it. And we're gonna click scribble one more time. And now we could write. A little high. And just as well as Google Docs and all the other platforms that we are using, everything is automatically saved. So on the tops in the center, there's a button that is saying saving right now. So my document is actually currently saving. And as soon as this document's done, a little button will say saved. It's just, like I said, my internet connection right now is a little slow because I'm running all these applications at the same time. So it will take a little while, but rest assured, as soon as this says saved, you will be okay to just go and exit your document and you will be good.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Did we get the questions covered?
I tried to answer as many questions as I could. I know that the steps seem that it's a little bit fast, but we are recording. You can go back and check the recording again, okay?
Thank you, Edwin. So now I'm going to jump into my portion of the meeting. Good morning, everyone. My name is Viviana Ledesma, Principal at Meridian Early Ed Center. And thank you guys for joining us today. Edwin, can you, no, don't share, never mind. So if you have your Chromebook, please take it out and log in using single sign-on. I'm going to share my screen right now in a little bit. So let me turn off my camera. So today we are going to, let's see, share, application. We are going to learn how to schedule a Zoom meeting. And I know we've been using this for quite some time, since back in March. So if some of you might be familiar, some of you maybe are not familiar. So I'm going to have you log into your Zoom account, and you are going to be using your lausd.zoom.us. Whenever we set up meetings for Zoom, we should be using our lausd.zoom.us.
Ms. Ledesma, can you reshare your screen? I see it blank.
Completely blank? Okay, let's try it again. I'm so sorry about this, you guys. Let me see, application, Zoom, share. Can you see the Zoom? It says your meeting should start in a few seconds.
No.
No. Can you see that now?
It's blank.
Yeah, it's still blank. You should try on resharing the screen.
Okay, let's try this again. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm learning as we go along. So in order to set up a Zoom meeting, you should sign in at your using lausd.zoom.us. This will take you to the sign-in page, and we're going to sign in. When you sign in, use your LAUSD email and password. So we're going to go over how to schedule a meeting. As you can see, these are my meetings now. But to set up a meeting, you would go here, schedule a meeting. So click on that. If you guys are on, I'm going to give you some time so that you're going along with me. So we're going to schedule a meeting on the top right-hand corner. And it's going to take you to your meeting page. So here, I always tell staff, try to be as specific as possible. This meeting is going to be my weekly class meeting. Description based on the lesson plan. We're going to have 3 groups. So I would name your students so that you know that this meeting is with these particular students. Let's see. So my meeting will be for this group. Let's see, let's call this group 1. My meetings are going to be every Friday, say at 1 p.m. Are you guys following along? I hope so, because I can't see you guys. So if this is a continuous meeting, this is a meeting that you're going to have with group 1 every Friday at 1 o'clock. I would click on reoccurring meeting. And we are going to say this is going to be a weekly meeting every Friday, and you can end it, we can end this meeting at the end of the semester, which would be probably December 18th. When you do reoccurring meetings, this avoids you having to send your families a meeting ID every week. So if you're saying that you're meeting with this group every Friday at 1, those families will use that same link on a weekly basis. That way it can get a little confusing, you know, sending all kinds of different meeting IDs back and forth. So these parents know, okay, your son or daughter is in group 1. We're going to meet with them every Friday at 1. Same meeting ID for the rest of the semester. Okay, so then I'm going to save. You save it. Once you save it and you want to send your families this invitation, you go down here where it says invite link. You copy the invitation. So I'm going to press copy invitation. Copy meeting invitation here. I'm going to copy that. It's copied. It's copied to my clipboard. So then I get out of there. Then I go to my email. You would go to your LAUSD email and paste that link onto your email and send it to whichever families you're going to meet with that week. Let's see. I stopped sharing because I wanted to share my how to email. Just a sec. The problem with sharing, you want to share a different page, you have to stop sharing that page and go to your a different page. I'm gonna share my share. Can you guys see this? Yes.
Yes.
We can see.
Okay. So I'm going to go to your image. It's loading. It's really slow though.
Viviana, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
No, you are cutting off.
Can you guys hear me now? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Sharing, can you guys see this? Can you guys see the email?
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So I have copied the link. Now I'm going to go onto my email and say paste it. So Control V. There's my invitation to my recurring Zoom meeting. And it's right there and it adds all the dates. So I, Viviana, inviting you to schedule Zoom meetings starting on the 14th. And it gives you all the different dates that you scheduled. So there's 19 occurrences. It will end December 18th. And here is the meeting ID and passcode to enter. So you just go on there and email the families that you will be inviting to this meeting.
Viviana, can I give a tip for that?
Sure.
I think one of the things that teachers can do is highlight or bold the meeting ID and password so it's easier to find. If you can show them how to do that.
You come down because it's a lot of numbers, because in order to join Zoom, you can do it through your phone. You can also do it through a device. So it gives them those options. If you're calling in from LA, this is the number to call. So what Ms. Gigian is saying is just go on here to the meeting ID and password, and then probably make it bold or make it a little bigger for them to see. It's a little more visible. You see that? There it is. And this is a direct link here. Okay. Stop sharing that. So like you saw, I was screen sharing. In order to screen share, there is a green little icon on the bottom of Zoom, all you have to do is click on it, share, and then a bunch of little icons will pop up and you click on the actual page you want to share. So I wanted to share this, how to create the email, so that you get to pick and choose what it is that you want to share on your screen. Okay. And if it's a video, if you're going to be sharing a video, make sure that you click on, there's a little check mark that you need to check on the bottom where it says check share computer sound. If you check this option, any sound will be played by your computer. Because if you don't click on that share the audio, your video will play, but your audio will not play. Okay. And I don't think I can share the share screen.
No, it's a green button on the bottom.
Green button on the bottom of the page. You click on it, a bunch of different icons will pop out, and you click on the one that you want to share.
Okay, Viviana, we have 2 questions. If you can share your screen on Zoom. And the first question is, what do you do if you cancel a date for a Zoom meeting after it was scheduled? So how would you cancel it? And then can you also show us how to do the breakout rooms?
Okay, so let me go back to Zoom. I'm going to share my desktop. Share. And I'm also using the Chromebook, you guys, so I'm learning as I'm going over.
So I just want to let you guys know in the chat, you're saying you do not see what Ms. Ledesma is doing right now. She is not sharing the screen. She's just describing what she was doing. So that's why you were not able to see anything.
Okay, can you guys see I'm on my Zoom profile? Can you guys
No,
see
it's
that?
black. No, it's black.
Let's try it again.
I think you have to go all the way out and come back in.
What about her? You guys can see it?
No.
Now.
No, Viviana, did you turn off the browser and turn it back on again because it's not showing?
Okay, I'm going back in and out. Let me try it again. Okay, let's try this again. How about now?
Yes.
Yes, now we can see.
Good. Okay, so rescheduling a meeting. So I'm going to go back to my schedule a meeting. Right. Meetings, because I had already saved it. So this is the one I created. Weekly class meeting, group 1. I'm going to click on that. So I want to change one of the dates. So say I can't, I can't show up that Friday. I need to reschedule it for a different date. I'm going to go all the way down to edit this meeting. I'm going to click on that. Do you want to edit only this meeting or all reoccurring meetings? So I just want to edit today's for the 14th because I can't, for whatever reason, show up on that day. So I'm going to go here. And you can just change the date here. So let's say I'm going to have it on the 17th on that Monday. I'm going to go down. And it'll save it. And then I'm going to go down and you can see your. So this is the next meeting date. the 17th, but it's still reoccurring. I'm going to show all of them to December. So it automatically changes the date. And you can go on to go here, hide or show all occurrences, and you can edit or delete from here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back out.
Since you're there, can you show them the breakout room, but how to activate it? We won't be able to show them the actual breakout rooms on this particular webinar, but activating it from the main list.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do it here, but I can go to the settings. So let me go back to, you can see my page, right?
Yes.
So we are going to go to your profile settings, go under settings, and in order to have access to the breakout rooms, you have to enable. So let's see, let's go down. And you guys might want to go through all these settings. There's so many different settings on here. Screen sharing. So in order to screen share, you can see here, you need to enable that as well. Otherwise, you won't even have that option. Breakout rooms. So in order to have a breakout room, say you want to split your kids into groups, you have to enable this. If you don't turn it on, you will not be able to have breakout rooms for your students. So go under settings and just keep scrolling down until you find this breakout room. Okay? See. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. The video conferencing?
Yes.
Okay. So just remember that when you are using video conferencing, we should be using it safely. And some of the things that they're saying is do not make meetings or your classrooms public. So when you're setting up that meeting ID, make sure that you require a password just so that any random person can join your meeting. Do not share a link to a teleconference or classroom on an unrestricted, publicly available social media post. So don't go on social media and your account is on public and share that, just because we want to keep it private and just, you know, whoever you're inviting, if it's your 8 families, those are the only people that you want on your Zoom meeting. Manage screen sharing options wisely, and that's one of the options that you can set, that where you say that the person who is holding the meeting can only screen share. Otherwise, anyone can take over your screen and start sharing. And ensure users are using the most updated versions of remote access meeting applications. And then remember that as LAUSD employees, we are all responsible for practicing positive digital citizenship. Positive digital citizenship includes appropriate behavior and contributions on websites, social media, discussion boards, media sharing sites, and all other electronic communications, including new technology. So it is important to be honest in all digital communications without disclosing sensitive personal information. So what district community members do and post online must not disrupt the school activities or otherwise compromise individual and school community safety and security. So remember this, you can read more about it on the responsible use of policy bulletin 999.13. Okay, any other questions?
Ms. Ledesma, there's actually one question Someone asked if you can use the chalkboard feature on the Zoom meetings while using the Chromebook.
Let me try that. Application.
Viviana, I am already on there. Can I show it to them?
Yeah, because I don't think I have access on the Chromebook.
Okay, let me show you. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second, please. All right, can you guys let me know if you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I went to lausd.zoom.us. Okay, I signed in. And as Ms. Ledesma showed us on the profile, you'll see settings. So everything that you want to do on your Zoom meetings and give access to anyone, you use the settings portion. So you click on settings and you scroll up until you find, there's a lot of features. So you scroll until you find whiteboard. Do you see this whiteboard? And it says, allow host and participants to share whiteboard during a meeting. So if it's off, you click it on. And then you allow saving all whiteboard content. So once you click that, your whiteboard is on. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I'm gonna click my screen again, my share screen button, and I'm gonna click on whiteboard. And once I click on whiteboard, I'll click on share at the bottom and my whiteboard comes up. Do you see my whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay. Did that make sense? All right, so I have one more. I'm going to share my screen again. And I had one more question that I want to show on scheduling meetings. If you want to schedule a meeting twice a week on the same time, you go to schedule meetings. And like Ms. Ledesma said, to put the topic. So it would be Zoom, for example, it would be Zoom 1. And then it says when. So you can click on the time that you want it. And then it reoccurs in the reoccurring meeting that you wanted at a specific time. If you wanted, I think it's, Viviana, can we do, like, for example, if we want the same meeting twice a week?
Let me see.
Try the arrow down where it says daily.
Yes, okay, so if I wanted repeat daily twice, then it tells me when it could occur. So every 2 days until August 23rd, this meeting would reoccur. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna stop my sharing. I'm gonna check the chat.
It could be every week, twice every week or something, because the arrow goes down and it says daily and then has other options too.
Q&A box. That was it for my portion of the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask your questions in the Q&A. We're going to try to answer as many as we can. But if we don't get to your questions today, what we're going to do is download this, answer them, and then send them out to your principals, and they can share out the Q&A with you guys through email. So I'm going to launch a poll really quick. So there's a few questions on there that we would like for you guys to answer. Just a sec.
And we do have more information to give out to you guys, but we're running out of time, so we're gonna have to save it for a different date. We still have Ms. Guillen and her presentation on Dojo. But we feel that this is a lot of information that we're giving you, so we're just gonna have to postpone it for another day.
And we will be sending out a flyer notifying you of what day it is. It's going to be sometime next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. Right now, we're looking at the schedule of upcoming PDs, so we're not presenting to you when the other PDs going on that you need to be at too. But we are going to finish up Monday or Tuesday next week. Well, thank you all so much for your time. So we'll just go to Ms. Ledesma. I hope your audio is working better now.
Can you guys hear me?
It's still
Yeah, we could hear
breaking
you.
though.
It's still breaking. I'm sorry.
Send out the
Maybe-
poll and then,
I'm trying to get to the poll, but my computer is pulled in.
Here,
Okay.
I sent it out for them.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So please answer. There's 2 questions. Answer the questions, please. Thank you guys for your time. We really appreciate it. We wish we had more time, but I know you guys are all very busy, and we don't want to take up more of your time. But questions, Q&A, just if you have any questions, make sure you add them down in the Q&A box. Okay. Well, thank you guys. It seems a lot of you guys are very comfortable with using your Chromebooks and accessing Zoom and setting up meetings, scheduling meetings. We thank you guys for your time, and we will see you next week for the 3rd portion of our meeting, which will include how to use Cross Dojo and access online resources. Thank you guys so much.
thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you guys all have a good day.
Thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate it. I know it was a lot of information and it was a little fast, but we're here to help. We're here to help. We're taking it one day at a time.
Okay.